Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models, and this is Build Your Own X-Wing from DeAgostini. This is issue number 29, so without any further ado, let's get on to it. This time, there's not so much in the extra fluffy bits, but there we go. Let's have a look. We're building practical T-70s, which are the new X-Wings for the Force Awakens. So yeah, they've built some practical models of practical sets, actual real life size things. And then we're building. See, not much fluff, but lots of building. There's lots of pages of stuff to continue on with this one. Right, so we're considering the lower port engine. Let's make sure we've got what they say we've got. There's the two power input units, a couple of screws, of which I'm sure we're only going to be using one, and a box of pipework detail. Now, as ever with these packets, when you're opening them, make sure that everything stays where it should be. Sometimes you get some static on these and they stick to the inside of the lid. So don't throw anything away until you know it's not got stuff you need in it. Let's actually just tip this out. I think it's probably the easiest way of doing that. So you can let it cling a little bit. So we've got those bits down there. Oh, let's move the magazine up a touch so you can see what I've got. Those bits. Tweezers might be of use on this. I don't like using tweezers for a lot of the build, but for some of it you obviously are better off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 2 and a bit. 3, 4 of those, one little bit, one curvy bit, and 2 other things. So yes, I have all the parts that they said I should have. I also have parts from last week, which I think will come into play momentarily. So let's have a look. We're taking the 2 halves of the power unit and fitting them together. So far so easy. Yep. Firmly together. There we go. Take the short, thick pipe, that one, which has one flat side, and that goes into that hole there, which has one flat side. So that's easy. Now we need one of those. Is it that one or is it that one? It's not that one. It must be this one. The manifold. That's going to go into that side, and then the 2 pegs on the back go onto there. So yeah, that's that. Now I remember this from last time as being great fun. Trying to get these bits lined up. So yeah, let me clear the decks, get the bits in one place, and come back to you in a moment. Right, there's a bit more room to play around with and sort things out, so let's see how we're getting on. There are these 2 pieces that need to go on. Now, it says, yeah, 3 holes on one side and 2 on the other, so you've got the round indentation that needs to go with that one, and then the other one on the other side. So that's nice and easy. Make sure you get the holes not that way round. Make sure you get them that way round. Okay, then comes the fun bit. Now it says take the 4 short pipes that curve this way. Now I think it means that one, but you can't really tell from the picture. It might mean that one that's curving that way. They're different, they're opposites. This one comes up and down, this one goes in and back out. But I can't tell from the picture which one it means. I think that's the trouble I had last time. So, one of these will fit this side, one of them will fit the other side. Let's have a look and see. If that goes in there like that, then that will in fact line up and go in there. So I'm pretty sure it's got to be that one. If it was this one, then yeah, that points the wrong direction and doesn't line up at all. So that's the other side. So let's see if I can pop that one. No, I'll leave that for now. I'll just do all of these. It's just a case of getting them lined up. Now these are the bits that you might need to glue in place, but it's all internal as well, so you don't really need to even do it, but I will. I'll get the other bit of those put on and then come back to you. And done. Well, that bit done. Not as tricky as I remember it being, but not an easy piece to do either. They do seem to hold in okay without glue, so I'll see how it goes. Continuing the build, we need the big U-shaped piece, which goes on there. Again, some of these pictures are not easy to see what you're doing because they've got, you know, fingers across the top of some of the things, so it's always worth looking ahead to see what it looks like in situ, and then hopefully you can double it back and figure out what's what. There we go, look, see, one's come loose. I'll get that back on there in a minute, because you still got to handle it to do the other things. So we've got two more bits to do, well 3 if you count that bit, but there we go. There's one with a kink in it, and one without. This is the one without. It goes into the top of, turning it round, those two holes there. No, it doesn't, because that doesn't fit. It's further back here. It does go into that hole, but the other end of it. So that one there. Then the other one below it with the kink at that end. Just like that. So it looks like that in the picture, which doesn't look right, but is right, because that's exactly what it says down there. It looks just like that. So let's get this other one back on, and then we can start to go back to other bits from last time. So I'll get them prepared, get that back on, see you in a minute. Right, that one's back on there. That one was not a very good fit. It's not as tight as the others, so I have resorted to a little bit of super glue on either end just to hold that in place. The others all seem to be okay, but that one just wasn't. So yeah, it's not. The others sort of spring in a little bit, but that one doesn't seem to. So yeah, there we go. Right, we are continuing with this. Looks like we've got to rebuild the little bits first and then put them onto there. So we've got two of these that are the same. There are flat sides on there and flat sides in the hole. Just a case of lining them up and pushing them in. Just a simple matter of lining them up and pushing them in. Not difficult at all. Why can't I do it? There we go. That's that one. And the other, the same again, but the other side. Line it up and push it in. There we go. Right, and they go onto here, getting it the right way round, with that pushing downwards. So that goes into there, like that, and the same the other side. More detail that's probably going to be hidden in the depths of the engine and never seen again, but there we go. We knew that when we were going in, that half of it was going to be disappeared. Right, so that then goes on to the end of that, with that facing inwards, just like that. There we go, that's easy. Now, this is the fun piece. This is the bit that we got the update for. There's been a small error in issues 16 and 29. Please use the information below. Yours faithfully, DeAgostini. Basically, they're saying that they mislabeled, I think, some of the pipe work. Now, I don't remember exactly doing 16, and I haven't gone back and watched the video again, but I do recall there being a slight problem, but I think I just sort of solved it just by doing it. So let's have a look. I'm going to jump ahead and get rid of that bit first, because I don't like having loose bits laying around. Probably a bad move, because that's probably just going to fall out again, but we shall see. That just fits across the top there like that. Now, we've got all of these, which again, you can't always tell exactly what bit they're talking about because of the limitations of it being a two-dimensional picture. So I think that's that. Actually, these are moderately easier because they're all a little bit different. This one's got a shape at the end like that and a funny kink. This one's just got the kink but the more normal bit at the end. So that's probably that one. That's that one, straight one over there, and that one there. The problem is you can't tell if that's a plug going up like that or if it's the other bit going down, but I think it's like that. Basically, try and follow the instructions, but be aware that they may have mislabeled them a little bit. So that says A, which is definitely that bit, has to go in there and along there, and that's the only place that one can go. So that's okay. That's going to go into the bottom one of those. As you can see, there's holes on that grey plate. So that goes in there. That's easy. That agrees with both of them, A and A. B goes just above it and is that one, which it is. So which hole does that go into? Just that one there. And then into there. So far so good. That looks the same on both pictures. Now C, it says is... Now that one says G. So D is that one, which is a straight one, which it's not. It sort of goes the opposite direction. That's saying it's F, which has got a slight kink to it, and then G above it, which is that one. So let's see what the G, it says, is on the other side. So yeah, it looks like they've mislabeled them. So that one needs to be that one going upwards, which it does, and that goes into the hole at the bottom there. Now again, obviously a bit's just fallen off. That was the first A piece. You can glue these in place. I've got a strong impression that it will be perfectly okay once you stop playing with it, because we're obviously manipulating and putting things in place and moving things around. It might not work quite, might not hold in initially. So that one has got to be that one. It says that, I think that's the other way. I think that needs to be actually H, although it says G on their modified instructions. It might be that I've got the bit flipped around. So that one will need to go into that hole there, and then into that hole there. So yes, that looks nice and neat and tidy and as it should do, so I'm sure that's okay. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll get the other four on exactly the same on the other side. I'm not going to bother filming that and getting confused. But yeah, the camera angle is not ideal for those, and they've got the things labelled wrong. So use the instruction sheet that they've sent you. I had a problem with the last bit of this video, so I've basically taken it apart again and we'll rebuild it for your pleasure. What we're doing is basically assembling the bits that we've got previously. Obviously we just finished that we did a couple of issues back, and this that we've just finished putting together now. There's two screws to go in, one of which wasn't included in the pack, but obviously you know what type. I got it from previously. So for the first part, we just need to thread the wire through from the engine. Obviously that goes all the way through there. Two little plugs on there that line up on the inside there, and one screw holds that in place securely. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with the recordings that I had of doing this the first time around, but yeah, there we go. Luckily it was only a little bit, and only, you know, the last little segment. So this wire reroutes around here and goes through in there somewhere, just between those pegs like the first one, making sure the wire routes around out of the way behind the pegs and around wires and things. So that's that, and then on the inside we need to fit the engine assembly. Now this piece needs to go into that hole, so it's a little bit of gentle manipulation. Oh, there's a little bit that isn't quite in the right place there. There we go, that's that sorted. Yeah, so you've got to sort of gently get that in and push it in, and then that lines up on the outside there, and that is held in place with another single screw. Just like that. So there we have it. That's all assembled up, plugged in and working. I'll double check the light. Is that one? Get it the right way around. That's that way around, and it goes in just like that, and we have no light coming on. Have I plugged it into the wrong bit? Let me plug it into the other one. I think that's the extension lead that I've just plugged in there. Yes, that's better, because I've got a light coming out the back there now. So the engine glow is working as it should, with the wire routed around in there. And that is the end of this this issue. The picture on the back of this issue, I've put it all away in the folder now, so it's difficult to show you. We've got obviously one of the old art pictures, or an older model of X-Wing, but I don't know exactly which one that is. But that's that. That's the end of this build, and indeed the end of this month of deliveries. Obviously, due to current world issues, there's no more issues this month. There will be more coming, but I don't know when. It's probably going to be another month until I get another 3 issues by the sounds of it. So stick around, say subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you know when more things appear. There will be other videos obviously in between. And that's about it then. Yeah, keep watching, hope you're enjoying it. Leave the comments and let me know what's going on, and I shall see you soon for more of this and more of other things. So thanks for watching, bye bye.